So I'm now going to create a new project in Eclipse. So going on the start and launch Eclipse. Then I'm going to go under New Project and select Other, or I can press Ctrl N. And it will open the Create a New Project wizard. From here we go under Maven and select Maven Project. Press Next. Then we make sure to select the Create a Simple Project Skip Archetype selection, since we do not want to use an archetype in this case. And then I press Next. Then we get to select a group ID and an artifact ID for our projects. So I'm going to use com.extspeeder.example as the group ID and Ext Speeder example as the artifact ID. Then we can select a name and a description that's human readable for our new project. So I'm just going to call it Ext Speeder example and have a description, an example on how to use Ext Speeder. And then we press Finish. And now we have a completely blank Eclipse project. So now we're going to make it into an Ext Speeder project. So I'm going to go under pom.xml and then make sure to press the pom.xml tab down here so that you can edit the actual file. And here we're going to insert a lot of information from the Ext Speeder website. So return to the browser and go down to the bottom section. Copy and paste that and insert it into the POM file. We can also right click and select source format to get a little bit nicer formatting. So what we just inserted is a set of properties that make sure that we use the latest version of Ext Speeder. We have a connection to repositories that we added earlier into the settings file. We have the Ext Speeder Maven plugin that will allow us to launch Ext Speeder from within Eclipse. And then we have the dependencies that we require to launch Ext Speeder. And Maven will download all the source code for us when we connect. So we save this file. Now we need to make sure that we're using Java 8. So I go in under the project node and right-click and select Properties. And here we make sure we are under the Java compiler tab. And then use compliance from execution environment 1.5, that's wrong. So we need to deselect that and select Java 1.8. So now I'm going to press Apply. The compiler settings have changed. A rebuild for the project is required for changes to take effect. Build the project now, yes. Then we can press OK. Now we can go under Run, select Run As, Maven build ... Here we select Browser Workspace, select our current workspace, and then enter Ext Speeder : tool. This will create a new goal for us that we can launch, that will launch the Ext Speeder tool. So press Apply, and then we can press Run. So now Ext Speeder will be launched for the first time. So first we need to enter the product key. This happens only the first time we launch the application. And the product key was emailed to us earlier when we received our trial. So I go back into my email client and select the last item from there. Copy it and paste it into Ext Speeder. Now we need to register the license. So I'll enter my own email address and select the first name and last name. And press Register License on this workstation. So now Ext Speeder will launch and I can connect to my database. So my database is located on localhost with the user root and password as password. The schema that I want to model is named Physicians. So press Connect. Now you'll see that I have my database in the left side and I have a lot of different configuration options we can do in the central part. And if I select different nodes in the database, I will get different options to configure. But right now we're not going to configure anything special, we're just going to press Generate. You can see it completed successfully with 23 files created. So great, now we can return to Eclipse. And to see the changes, I need to right-click on the folder and press Refresh. And here we have all the information that's generated from our database. So now we can go ahead and launch the application. So I press run again, and run as Java application, because now we want to launch the generated application and not the Experior tool. So the first time we get to select which main file we want to use, and in this case I want to use the generated main file. So I press that and press OK. And now Ext Speeder launches. So I'm going to connect to my database using root and using password. Ext Speeder never stores your password, so you need to enter it manually each time. And now it starts building the column caches, and this can take a while. So now the application has started. We can see that it's running on port 4567. So I'll go into my browser, select a new tab, and go to that path. And now we can see that our Ext Speeder application is serving us with data about the database. So we can select another span, and we instantaneously get a response. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will look into some of all the configurations you can do with the Ext Speeder tool.